guys, so after taking a break from the SR20 Miata, we are ready to get back at it and get this thing running. So let's get started.
We just finished up doing the chassis ground to the intake, which we ended up doing up here on the top. The engine, or the head, which we did on the back here.
With the coil pack ground and the wiring harness ground. They're all grounded to the same hole in the head back here.
Then we have everything coming back to here. The actual grounding cable comes back to here. And then we have...
Which is the main chassis ground.
Yeah, the main chassis ground. And then that bolt right there.
Right next to the gold clutch line. That bolt's where for the engine block ground. So Tyler's putting the ground onto the alternator currently. We have it running down. I made our own little wire for it and just hooked it up to the same chassis ground as the other kit. So looks pretty good. Should work good. I have to do the transmission one, but I'll probably do that tomorrow once I can get under there and look around and see where to bolt it up to.
The next thing that we're doing after this is we're actually going to take off the bung that has the blow-off valve, add a flange in to make sure that it'll run back to this tube right here.
So there's our hole for the bung. What'd you do, Tyler?
Took a 3/8 drill bit, drilled out as big as I could, and then took a Dremel and just bored it out from there until I can get the tap in. Slowly started getting it in and then threaded it in.
Realistically, you'd want to weld something on like this, but we don't have a welder and we don't really know anybody who does that either. So basically we're just going to take some RTV gasket and try and seal around this here and on the inside as well in here. We'll see how it works. We'll let you guys know. Bung situation with the, what did we use? RTV did not work. So do not do that. We're going to go and try JB Weld this time. We actually didn't think about that last night. And so we'll deal with this another day. Alright, so now we're just finishing up the radiator piping. Basically, I'm a little worried that this is gonna rub too much on this control arm up here. So, I mean, it's a little further down once you have the other piece on there, but we're gonna go ahead and put a piece of pipe right here just to prevent rubbing as much as possible. This will hook up to this 90 here, and then we have this silicone hose here just to make sure it doesn't rub onto the compressor bracket, and then this hose, which is kind of a weird angle, which was perfect. This is actually some hose off of the Miata heater hose kit stuff. So
I think it's actually the front one that goes to the thermostat and the radiator.
Yeah, possibly. But this worked out perfect because it pushed it back further. So works out pretty nice. So yeah, we're just tightening. Once Tyler puts that hose on, we're gonna tighten the clamps down and then the radiator piping's good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna put the wastegate together. I have the black, green, and blue spring for 1 bar. So what Tyler's gonna do is, because it's so stiff, he's gonna use a like wood clamp.
A ratchet bar clamp / spreader.
It's real fancy stuff you pick up at the Harbor Freight. So he's gonna press down evenly on that. Oh, this makes me so nervous.
Why? Because it's a bunch of pressure?
Yeah. Oh my god. Go down. And then I'm just gonna try and evenly put these in all the way around while he has pressure on it. done. It's so tight in here. We're having issues getting that nut tightened.
Along with everything else.
Basically along with everything else. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Because it's very complicated because the 18 that we have to put this on is too big. So we can't tighten it with the turbo here because we have to go in at a very sharp angle. And then we couldn't get a bolt to this one,
A socket
or a socket to that, because this is there on both sides. And it's very
It's very difficult. So Tyler finally got everything snugged up and bolted on. I feel bad because he like struggled so much with some of this. I hope to God we don't have to take it off.
Oh, we will. No, that's just how we are. It's like, awesome, we don't have to do this anymore. Guess what? You're gonna take it off 3 more times. And then when you think you're ready, you gotta do it again.
We got everything tightened down. Tyler didn't want to bolt the oil feed line on yet, just so we're gonna manually crank the engine just to make sure that oil is coming out and getting to the turbo. So that's why we left that loose, but that's literally the only thing that's not hooked up right now for the turbo. We got the coolant lines and the oil return down here is all tightened and hooked up. Just gotta throw the wastegate on. Got the air filter on, which
Just now.
this goes like that. And a very specific way, because if you don't put it on a specific way, it'll hit the hood.
I think it hits the hood anyways.
Well, yeah, it does, but the hood closes. So that's all that matters right now.
If you know of a good way or how to put on turbos and everything like that for these engines, like the T3 onto this kind of a manifold.
Like in tight situations.
Exactly. Please let us know, because this is a struggle. I know we're gonna have to take it off another 2 times.
What tool, yeah, like what tools do you guys use?
Because I got lucky and I got a 15 that was just short enough to clear the, I think that's the cam angle sensor.
Yeah.
That thing. And just enough to start tightening it. Everything else there wasn't that big of an issue.
I think I'm gonna send off the ECU to get flashed by RS Enthalpy, probably maybe tomorrow actually, and we'll get that done. The drive shaft should be in sometime at the beginning of like 2 weeks from now. Should be in that week sometime. That's like a big puzzle piece, and then the ECU tune, and we can try and fire it up and make sure everything runs correctly. Or if we have any major issues, we just gotta put engine oil in it and transmission oil, coolant. Gotta finish hooking up the intercooler lines. We just gotta clamp everything down. The radiator lines are done. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my list. I'm probably missing something right now, but we're like super almost done and ready to like turn this baby over. And once everything works okay, and if it does, I know we're gonna have some hiccups, but once we try and fix everything and get it running okay, I can start putting the car back together and get some wheels and tires for this bad boy. I think we're gonna call it a night. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content. Like I said, within the next few videos that we put up, we should basically have this thing ready to start. But once we get the car started and stuff and things seem to be okay, we're gonna try and figure out an exhaust situation and who we can take it to and all that. People won't give us quotes unless we actually take the car to them, which is kind of gonna be a pain because I don't have a car trailer. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.